He plays hard. He works hard. Something that you admire from somebody coming in who wants to learn and actually play this game.
But Baker Mayfield and Shiloh Sanders, two of the more vocal guys getting ready for Buccaneers OTAs. Shiloh Sanders has made an immediate impact for the Buccaneers in the small amount of time that he's had during these OTAs. Now, obviously, he's an undrafted free agent for the Buccaneers, and a lot of people, I think rightfully so, looked at him as a bit of a long shot to make an NFL team, and even specifically this team. This is a pretty deep defensive back room in which they just drafted a pretty talented rookie. But I think the story here and what I've been wanting to document is the greatness, or just the enjoyableness and the relatability of Shiloh Sanders really doing everything in his power to try to make a team. I know earlier we talked about him just bringing snacks in for the vets, and Antoine Winfield Jr., somebody who's a veteran for the Buccaneers, somebody who was an engine early on in his career for that Super Bowl winning team with Tom Brady, had some great things to say. So we're going to get into that. Obviously OTA, so we got some clips we're going to check out there. Remind you what his head coach already said about him. And then we got an interesting clip here where it seems like Shiloh and Baker Mayfield are together. He's rubbing elbows with all the veterans, man. So let's hop right into it, man. If you like these videos, go ahead and like it. If you don't, dislike it. Subscribe if you enjoy football content of all shapes and sizes. I see y'all comments talking about CFB teams. You do NFL, change it to NFL team. I got my Georgia Tech shirt on, son. I got my University of Texas. I got my University of Texas hat on. All right. I'm not gonna not cover college, but there hasn't been a lot going on in college. Even transfer portal, it's closed. So when the transfer portal opens, when we're back in business, y'all, hey, I'm covered. How about we do both of them? All right, let's start with Antoine Winfield and what he had to say about Shiloh Sanders.
He plays hard. He plays hard. He works hard. You know, he really wants to learn, and he just wants to improve his game. And so that's something that you admire from somebody coming in who wants to learn and actually play this game.
Well, and plus, I mean, you can relate to him in the sense that, you know, you're coming in and you have a famous last name. Like, there's a lot of expectations that come with that, right?
Yeah, I'm sure he understands, and I'm sure he grew up with it. same with myself. But he's a great kid. He works tremendously hard, and, you know, can't say enough about him.
Can't say enough about him. And it was interesting because first, it's great to hear because obviously Winfield is very talented and you know, at this point an anchor of the defense. You know, Buccaneers fans, correct me if I'm wrong, but continues to be an anchor and continues to be somebody who really is a core of that Buccaneers defense. And Shiloh was, you know, very vocal early on about, hey, look, I was in here trying to get to the veterans. I'm trying to rub these elbows. I'm trying to get with them. And he said that when he got here early or got down to you know, what's it called, Tampa Bay, when he got down there early, that he was actually one of the first veterans to kind of welcome in open arms, and they started to kind of build that relationship. And it kind of goes to what I'm alluding to, right? Look, Shiloh Sanders doesn't have the clearest path, right? Even though Shador Sanders' path is extremely murky now, I think he has a clearer path to at least make a team, right? I think everybody knows that, all right, clearly Shador is going to make a team. Shiloh, we don't know if he's going to make a team. Like, just to be honest with you, he could be vying for a practice squad team. He could be vying for a special teams team. But I do have to say, when you're seen at OTAs jogging off with a very vocal Baker Mayfield, I think that's good. Look, and look, I don't know. I don't know if that was just a happenstance thing. But Baker Mayfield and Shiloh Sanders, two of the more vocal guys getting ready for Buccaneers OTAs. And why? Again, you're like, okay, but it's just two guys running against each other, blah, blah, blah. No. This is someone who is on the ground at Buccaneers OTA, someone who has been, let's pull up his account so you know who I'm talking about, Mr. Logan B. Robinson. And he's witnessed a lot of these, right? He's been in the game for a while. He's you know, down there in Florida. So he's seen a lot of these things. So when he says things like, hey, these are two of the more vocal guys out here, right? That's not just him, oh, I'm just going to put them together. No, they're not just together. He's saying that, okay, Baker clearly is considered an undersized guy. He's always considered a guy with a chip on his shoulder. Hey, I hated him. I hated on him because he was a Sooner. You know what I'm saying? But you know, all that besides the point, right? He is somebody who carries that good, and he carries himself as that vocal, well, let's get after it type leader. Shiloh Sanders, like Todd Bowles already said, he's been the loudest out there. He's trying to be impactful. He's doing it and executing these small things, right? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to bring some juice. Sometimes you got to be the energy guy. Sometimes you have to bring That's the name of the game with undrafted free agent. That's why I'm loving Shiloh Sanders' story, because with Shador's, it's more about like, can we just get through these dumb lies? Like, come on, man. The kid can throw the football. The kid is good at football. I gotta stop calling them kids. The man can throw the football. With Shiloh Sanders, it's like the odds, not all the odds, because at the end of the day, you still got the Sanders last name. I think that does. We all have to agree, right? That does help you out a little bit, right? It helps people. It makes me want to root for you. I'll say that. It makes me want to root for Shiloh. So I think the fact that his road seems so rocky and it's gonna come with more adversity in the way that he's been attacking it. He's been getting out there early. Obviously, he's been documenting it, live streaming it. Both Shador and Shiloh doing their thing, continuing their brand in their own way. And it's just dope to see. So it's even more important to see. Like I said, everything matters, dog. Everything matters when you're an undrafted free agent, when the only thing that you're guaranteed is training camp so far, right? And just a throwback to, if y'all didn't remember, again, this is some of the first things this was not the throwback clip. Sorry, this is a new clip. I apologize. This is a new clip that we haven't watched yet. We can go watch the throwback loud clip, but this is a new one speaking about the competition at the defensive back position. After that, we'll get into some more defensive back OTA clips.
That's fine.
You know, all of them. You got Tyke, you got Parrish, you got JJ, you got Zion. Depending on how the team shakes out and what kind of mix we have, they're all different type of players. You got Izzy. We got a bunch of nickels right now. You know, we need safeties and corners. We got about 4 or 5 guys that can fill that nickel role. Speaking of safety.
So I guess the need is safeties and corners, and he says that there's a lot of nickels, right? And I'm not the king of defensive, especially modern NFL understanding of evolution of positions. But what I will say is, speaking a little bit of that to the amount that I can, nickels are those, obviously they're going to cover a lot of intermediate. They're going to be on the inside. They're going to do a lot of slot work, right? They're going to need a lot of change of direction. Typically, they don't always need to be big, right? But they need to be physical, right? Because sometimes you're going to be dealing with tight ends. And you're going to be dealing with, more rowdier, quote unquote, guys, 100 run throw type vibrations if he makes the team over there in Carolina. So that, I think speaks to possibly, while the nickel position seems to be very, very competitive, Shiloh Sanders not on nickel. And I think that he would be open to say, hey, I'm not a nickel back. I think he is a safety. I think he likens himself to be hey, man, I can still bring that old classic style of I'm going to come down and thump. I'm going to come in the box. I can, obviously add some value. So here is Shiloh Sanders into position drills, getting out there. Now this looks a little funky. I'm not sure if it was a late reaction or what the drill is. Let's see what he does here. It looks like he took a wrong step. I don't know. I don't even understand that drill here. You got 2 people. Is this special teams? This almost looks special teams, but they say it's position drills. He stepped out here and then went out here. What is this not special teams? If this looks very special teams to me, but I don't know, man. Maybe he's on defense. I don't know what's happening. I'm confused a little bit here. I need a little more context. We need to make these videos a little longer. This is another guy on Twitter or on X. Make sure y'all go follow him. River Wells for all my Buccaneers fan. Logan B. Robinson's for my Buccaneers fan as well. And then I think we already watched him. He was just doing a little bit of work here. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people have been saying that his footwork it's been very crisp. It's been very clean. And I think obviously the back end is the only thing that should be quote unquote afraid. And I don't really think it's something that Shiloh's afraid of, but something to improve on, right? That downline speed. Obviously he got his 40 down to a reasonable safety time. Like, and if he keeps his hard hitting ability, and more importantly, not just hard hitting ability, right? He's somebody who gets the ball out, right? He generates turnovers, whether that's strip sacks, whether that's just, fumbles, XYZ. I think a quarterback, you want him to get interceptions. A safety, you want to just get turnovers in general. So the fact that he's going to turn the ball over, give the offense, extra possessions, and however he can display that towards the Buccaneers as he displays the other things, right? Some of those intangible things, you still got to back it up with play at the end of the day, right? You're going to have to, he's embracing being a dirty work guy, but there are only so many dirty work guy positions when it comes to special teams, backup safety, whatever it is that he thinks he's vying for, because Anton Winfield is, if I'm not mistaken, one of those safeties, or is he playing nickel now? I thought he was playing safety. Guys, Buccaneers, correct me. But so interesting to see. I would love to see, Shiloh get a chance, and I think that would be interesting. Again, this is somebody who doesn't have all the crazy intangibles. He's not a crazy freak when it comes to height, but he seems to be putting in some work. So it's a great story to see. So continuing on, speaking on Benjamin Morrison, who I think if you're a Buccaneers fan, you should be very excited about. If you're not excited about, Shiloh Sanders, but if you're Shiloh Sanders or a Shiloh Sanders fan, obviously this is the why does I keep taking the number? I'm trying to rewind it. This is the rookie that took quote unquote Shiloh Sanders 21. But look, first round pick, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna start fact checking myself in these videos, because y'all been killing me in the comments, which y'all should. Make sure y'all fact check anything I say. If I say something wrong, you comment it down below. In fact, if I said anything wrong, down below, comment down below. Benjamin Morrison, Notre Dame, first round pick of the Buccaneers. Let me see if I'm right. Benjamin Morris, Buccaneers, because I'm tired of me being wrong. It's just enough of it. We're doing it. Pictures of Notre Dame, cornerback Benjamin Morris, 53rd, second round, you bum. Okay, so second round, still high overall pick, right? High overall pick. Out of out of Notre Dame. Now I can say this because now I do know that he was a dog at Notre Dame. I believe early on, I think it was the first 6 weeks, Notre Dame had like one of the top man defenses in all of the nation in college football. Say, hey, I told y'all that CFB comes to mind. This is where it's coming from. But absolutely shut down. He's a freak athlete as well. Rangy. He's a problem. He has no problem. Again, Notre Dame loved playing man. They loved putting pressure on that quarterback and just saying, hey, we've got dogs on the back end. Y'all better figure it up in the front seven to the offense. It's a very, hey, I'm going to challenge you. And when you have a quarterback like this who can hold them, held up great in the back end. I think he dealt with some injuries. Again, correct me if I'm wrong there. I'm not going to fact check that one. Cornerbacks always got the injuries. But regardless of the games I saw him, he was always making impacts. He was shutting things down. He was being able to free up that defense, which I think ultimately allowed them to be a lot more dangerous and a lot more aggressive when it comes to the play calling. I loved watching that Notre Dame defense this year, and that's something I haven't said in a while. I haven't said that since the Manti Te'o days. Here's some more defensive back drills here. Are they doing what are they doing? They doing okay, they're doing like square up drills or whatnot. It says a lot of teaching going on with the young DBs early in practice as Sterling Shepard also comes hopping across the screen. Oh, Sterling Shepard just he was wild. He was right here. Where'd he come? Yeah, there he is. There's Sterling Shepard. Chris, you didn't hear that, son. Congratulations to Sterling Shepard. I really think the dude's a guy. Liked watching him when he was had his time in the shine. Oklahoma Sterling Shepard. Could be wrong again. A little more DB drills there. And then we also have just some other OTA drills. We got the offensive line coming up soon. This is just all our guys out there. Y'all let me know down below. Are you a Buccaneers fan? Are you just a Shiloh fan? Are you a Dion fan? Who is your NFL team? Who's your college football team? Y'all make sure y'all let me know that down below. And I know sometimes I don't answer the comments. I answer some of y'all's comments, by the way. And we answer comments on live. We will be going live a little more as well. Usually aggregate the best ones, answer them. But keep commenting because I'll either see them or review them or go through them. Sometimes I'll be responding and it doesn't load too. It's another thing, but that's another thing. I gotta talk to YouTube about it. But here's a Baker Mayfield. Do want to talk about? Do got to give Baker Mayfield his shine because again, as a Texas fan and as somebody who, and not just a Texas fan, as someone who looked at Baker Mayfield as like, why would y'all even have any faith in him? Right? He's only really good, out the pocket. The most of his success was on the move. He needs to get a boot, right? He needs all these other things. That's how I felt about his game. But when you turn that into a, let's fact check myself again. How many years has Baker Mayfield? Was it 6? I'm like Baker Mayfield NFL years. I'm 6 for 500. Alex 6. Oh, he's 30 years old, but NFL years. How many years has he been in the NFL, dog? Years in the NFL. It's saying that he's 30, which congratulations to the big 3-0. Big stuff there. He has been in here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is. Oh no. Am I? Oh no. Oh man, I'm getting slightly less younger. Wow. That just. Oh my God. Sorry. I just had a realization. Oh man. But yeah, 9 years. Oh my goodness, 9 years in the National Football League. So I say that to say, any criticism I've ever had of Baker Mayfield, he's overrated, he's this, he's that, it doesn't matter, because when you going into your 9th year and you've had 2 years with the Buccaneers that have been prolific. I mean, oh my God, these have been 2 of his almost best statistical years. Obviously, besides that amazing 2018 rookie year, because he only played more games. So if you play the equal amount of games, he probably throws that. But back to first 4,000 yards. I knew he was doing good in Tampa Bay, but my God, 4,000 yards in 2023 in the first year. And then how about just 4,500? You're like, oh, it's an extra game in 17. He said 4,500 yards, 45 of them things, 41 touchdowns. Now he's a gunslinger now. He is a gunslinger, but when you throw 41 touchdowns and 4,500 yards, you're going to throw some interceptions, okay? You're going to throw some interceptions. I'm okay with that. That's not a bad day at the office. So, I say all that to say that congratulations to Baker Mayfield. 9 years, man. I'm getting less young, man. I'm getting less young. Here are the big dogs. Now, again, if you're a Buccaneers fan, big dogs with Baker Mayfield. If you're a Buccaneers fan, just to give you a moment of fright, Mr. Wirfs is not there. That is their, all world, because he's amazing. He's great. Played some left tackle, played some right tackle for him. So extremely versatile. He's a guy that was asked to do a lot since his rookie year. And he's done a lot, and he's become to mature as one of the better offensive linemen in the league, right? So, sorry about that. I just hit the mic. He's not there, but you never know with these stuff. It is still optional. So, don't freak out too much. I wouldn't think so. Don't freak out too much to all my Buccaneers fans. We will be keeping an eye on the Bucs. I think there's plenty of great storylines there. Obviously, starting with Shiloh Sanders and matriculating there, Baker Mayfield, Mikey Evans for his 97th year in the league. Oh my goodness, Mikey 1000. Mike Evans is the legacy wise Julio Jones. He's entering that. He's entering that level. But hey, man, that's all we got. Just checking on Shiloh Sanders. If you had any problems, comments, concerns, leave them down below. Like the video if you like it, dislike if you don't like it. Please subscribe if you enjoy football content of all shapes and sizes. I'm gonna have some college football for you. There's just a lot of NFL going on. I'm following some of my favorite college football players. You know what I'm saying? Did you watch my Texas video? Did you watch my Arch Manning video? Before you make your snarky comments. But keep making your comments because they're funny. Unless you're a Tennessee Titans fan. I got beef. We got into beef with my Titans fans. They was on me, man. They was on me. Though that was a joke. I was praising Cam Ward. It was mad about the uniform jokes. But yeah, hey, y'all be great. Y'all be amazing. Y'all be phenomenal. Hope everything's amazing. Summer is starting. Please go out there. I need to touch more grass. You touch grass. Continue to be great. We'll see you next time. Peace.